I like your style, kid.
Exactly. All right, guys. Just, so everybody knows who is who. Jordan.
Yeah.
Dave.
Hey, howdy, hey.
All right, and I'm Terry, as always. It's Cave Trolls Podcast. We're going to jump right into it. This week I'm a little bit pissy. I'm a little bit pissy every week. Normally Dave's a little bit more pissy. But this week I'm extra pissy because it's the launch of the new, all different Marvel. And what the fuck? So I tallied up my list, and I'm spending $68.35 if I get the cover price for all the books I want this week. Now, I'm not saying it's all Marvel. Of course, I have some Image, I got some Dark Horse, some Boom, and some DC, but the majority of it are the new books.
70% of it.
At least 70%, exactly. And it's the variants specifically that are a little bit pricey. So we looked it up earlier. How many variants are there for Amazing Spider-Man?
There's 11 variants, 12 books altogether, including the original book.
The original book. What's the most expensive variant? Do you remember? Is it like $60, $60, $70?
I mean, they all run at the $6 range, but obviously...
Right, but obviously it's going to go up.
Like
if you get that sketch cover or...
With a signature or whatever.
And it depends on what shop. Some shops do all variants the same price. Some grab a few, put them behind the counter. Some do it the second week. That's what our local shop does. The second week, if you go buy variants, they're like $10, which I think is perfectly fair. Some of the art is really cool, but I can't hunt all these down every time anymore. I can't do it.
I mean, I'm a big fan of comic books, but I'm just sitting here going, come on, man. Come on.
My wallet's
it's just too expensive.
Yeah, my wallet's already empty. It's going to be completely dry by the time tomorrow comes around.
Exactly. You just can't do it.
Cut it off at 10, man. This is too much.
Yeah. $10 is fine. But it's the normal books.
No, I was like 10 covers.
Oh, 10 covers. But I'm saying like $10, I buy $3,
Right?
But it's not like that anymore. Amazing Spider-Man this week is $5.99.
Yep.
What the heck?
So is Doctor Strange, right?
Is that just because it's a number
Strange
one,
is-
or is that going to continue for the series?
No, it'll be just because it's a number one because they can charge that.
Right.
That's why.
This is the number one. You
Exactly.
want it, you're going to pay for it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why they're doing it, because they can. So it makes sense, but it's still frustrating. Invincible Iron Man is going to be $4.99 for the first, or $3.99, I think.
Yeah, $3.99 for
which isn't bad. I'm not that interested in it, but I'm going to buy it because that's number one. See, this is the point I was trying to get to is I want to say vote with your wallet. I'm pissed off. I should just not buy these. I'll boycott it. It'll make a difference. But it won't make a difference, and I can't not buy them because I'm addicted. This is my crack, and I need it.
And another point, it's got Mary Jane in it, doesn't it?
Number 4 does.
Oh.
So number 4 has Mary Jane. So
And you can't buy number 4 without number 1.
Exactly. I can't do it. I can't. It's
Dude,
how I am with shows. I start so many terrible shows, and I watch them all the way through because I can't start it without finishing it. It's not OCD because OCD is a real problem. I don't have OCD. I have an addiction. and I have addiction to stories, and I want to see how they end.
You just got to get that fixed, man.
And I'm a fanboy. I will bitch and complain, but I will watch it every week. The other point of contention this week is I was thinking about cutting my cords, getting rid of everything. I have Hulu, I have Netflix, but I was thinking about just getting rid of all of it because, I don't need it. I'll watch them when they come out on DVD or when they're all finished, all of the shows. I'll watch the full season. But tonight, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out, and Flash came out, and tomorrow Arrow comes out, and I can't not watch them. I am addicted. So I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of my Netflix. I can't get rid of my Hulu.
Well, the CW, you can air those online.
I can air them online, yeah. But it's just another thing is the convenience of Hulu. I can watch everything on there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think ABC. I know ABC does show some stuff on their website, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shows day after on Hulu as well, so I can watch them on there. So it's kind of a doubling up on it. So really, I'm just pissy this week because of all of the money I'm spending. What are you gonna buy tomorrow, Jordan?
Tomorrow, I'm definitely buying Amazing Spider-Man.
Right.
But yeah. I know I don't want to get Invincible Iron Man, but I'm going to. I'm not so sure how I feel about how the story's gonna turn out.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm too interested in the whole Tony Stark was adopted thing.
Yeah.
I get it. They're trying to make the character fresh. I know he's broke. I don't remember why I didn't read Superior Iron Man. I just wasn't that into it at the time. I'll catch up on it before this new series comes out. I got a little while before I read it because Secret Wars isn't done yet.
No, it's going to continue until half of next month.
Probably. The second issue this month is supposed to come out at some point. So 6 comes out tomorrow. 7 is supposed to come out later on in the month, and then 8 is supposed to wrap it up in November.
We'll see if it actually comes out then.
Exactly. I have no idea if it really will. The problem I have with it is all these books spoil Secret Wars.
Right?
And Secret Wars is the main series I'm reading right now, so I'm just going to not... Am I going to get spoiled, or am I going to wait, leave all these books on the shelf that I spend $100 on tomorrow?
Yep.
Is that what you're going to
I
do?
mean, that's what I'm going to try to do it. I might get hooked into a book or two, but
Right.
if I see any hints of spoilers, I'm just going to drop it. And
That's the
give
thing.
up.
Can you see a hint of a spoiler? I mean, the first thing you see, it's it's a spoiler because you don't know what should have happened before, and then you're hooked.
You'll
I
see it
mean-
and then go, oh shit. Then drop it.
That's a spoiler. Close it and pretend like you didn't see it.
Exactly.
Then
You already know it, but you just can't continue. You can't go on any further.
then you burn all your comics. You move to Canada.
Yeah, they don't have Canada comics, right?
No.
No, okay.
But I
Well,
just
they,
got
they
a
have Captain
box.
Canuck.
I just got a box for all my comics.
Oh,
Captain Canuck comes out too, doesn't it?
yeah. We stand on guard.
Yep.
See, that's the other problem I have with tomorrow is all of my normal books are picking up.
Yeah.
Jughead #1 comes out tomorrow, which I'm super pumped about. We Stand on Guard #4. Plutona.
Plutona, yeah.
Number two. So many good books are coming out tomorrow. Omega Men from DC. I'm really digging that. You guys reading Omega Men?
No, I haven't actually. Wasn't there a thing about that getting canceled?
It
or
got
something?
canceled and then came back.
Everyone was just like, "No, we need this."
They rescued as soon as we threw our history fit. We're like, look, we're buying this, and they're like, all right, I guess, but you're on thin ice. It's like the captain gave us back our badge and our gun. So that one's coming back. I don't know how many issues. It's probably just going to finish out its run. It was supposed to be 8 issues, so maybe we'll get the full 8 issues now. I hope it's really good. I feel bad comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, just because Guardians of the Galaxy is really popular, and I hate comparing DC Marvel.
Yeah.
But it's the closest thing you have to it, because it's like a serious Guardians of the Galaxy, but better.
And I mean, like when it comes to comparing DC and Marvel, like some things, like
Some things you can't compare. Like people, Nova came out of Green Lantern, but they're two different characters.
I mean, like even because of like one was based on the other, it became something completely different.
The
They
Deadpool,
stand on their own.
Yeah, exactly. Deadpool and Deathstroke.
Yep.
Yeah. They
Two
stand on their
totally
own,
different
exactly.
characters.
So I'm really loving Omega Men. That's the closest comparison I could say would be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a little bit more serious. It's a little bit more like Firefly, actually.
Ooh, I could dig that.
Yeah, tone wise, it's still funny. It's still action packed, but just with it in space. And the cool thing I like about it is DC, with all of their new books, haven't done too much with the cosmic and too much in space, other than the Green Lantern books. And this does a really good job of making me forget it's in the DC universe.
Oh.
Because it's just on different planets. It's in space. I really forgot it was in the main DCU until Kyle Rayner showed up. They had to rescue Kyle Rayner. Spoilers. I apologize for #4, but
Oopsies.
yeah, but it was really neat. I was like, I forgot all about it. You have different species, different planets, because for DC being as big as it is, they really do a really good job of going, okay, there's like 4 planets, guys. Like if it's not on Krypton or Apocalypse, like it's on Earth. So it's a really good book that way. So that's coming out tomorrow as well. But for the Amazing Spider-Man #1, I'm definitely gonna buy it. I'm not gonna read it. I'm mad at it. How do you feel about Spider-Man being a millionaire playboy?
I mean, that's not Spider-Man's character to me at all, but I guess we'll see how it goes.
So not only have they taken away Mary Jane from me, but now Peter's rich, which, good on him. He deserves it. He's struggled for a long time. He became a teacher, became an inventor, and now finally it's all paying off, and he's got his own tech company.
Doesn't it supposedly lead into Alchemex?
I think it's going to lead into Alchemix. I think that's going to be a storyline with 2099. I think it's going to tie in together. But
I think that'd be awesome.
I think it is
I
too.
think that would be awesome. I think that's a good idea. But at the same time, it's at the cost of everything I loved about Spider-Man, which they think that they can have their cake and eat it too because they're giving us Spidey. Spidey is the other comic book coming out with Spider-Man, other than the Miles Morales. This is still Peter Parker, but it's when he was in high school. It's when he was young, to tie into the movie a little bit more.
Oh, they're doing like a before and after story?
Exactly. It's did you read the Untold Tales of Spider-Man?
Yep.
No.
That was a really good series, and it was about Peter when he was younger. So we could have him older and have him younger. So you still have the poor me.
But you have the new Spider-Man that you haven't seen before.
Exactly. So the new stories and
All right.
and
see.
starting to become a family man. But now he's not a family man. He's a millionaire playboy. He's Tony Stark light, and I don't know how I feel about
It's
it.
almost a different character entirely.
I mean, I'm sure at the heart of it, it's still going to be Pete. When he
Right.
was doing the tech company and when he was teaching at the X-Men Academy, yeah, it was still Pete. I was still happy with it. It was just different. And I know I'll come around. I love Spider-Man. I like Dan Slott as a writer. I think he's going to do a good job on it. I just don't know how upfront I feel about it. Actually, I do know. I'm upset. I'm weary, really. I'm weary.
I'm very excited. I'm just upset about the whole Secret Wars thing because I'd like to get on the bus. I love this idea of this jumping on point because I'm new to this whole comic book game. Always loved it, but never had the money to read.
Right.
Or didn't know how to read either.
Yeah, you were just like, what, you were 6 months a little late for the New 52?
Yeah.
So you were just a little bit late on that game, too.
Yep.
You were around for Marvel Now, but it was terrible, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's just like, I want to get on the bus, but I have to get off the train first.
Yeah, that's the thing, and the train hasn't come to the station yet, and they're already pumping these out. And I understand Secret Wars is a big, hefty thing, a lot of writing going on. The art's really good on it, so I understand it taking a little bit longer. And they can't, I mean, I'm sure, like, money-wise, I'm sure they can't just delay every single book until that comes out. So they have to start launching these now. For someone who really loves, a linear narrative tale, I'm a little bit stuck. So I'm going to buy these books. I think they're going to they're going to sit on my shelf for a couple weeks.
But
So
we'll have a lot to read when that time comes around.
Definitely, and like I was complaining earlier, all of my books from before are coming out this week, so I'll still have stuff to read this week. Jughead is a big one. Are any of you guys reading Archie yet?
No.
No.
Oh, man, gotta jump on that Archie bandwagon, man.
Man, Darth Vader, Star Wars.
I will jump on that bandwagon when it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg.
Okay.
I think Marvel's sales, I think it's got to be at least 50% is Star Wars, right?
Yeah,
I
right
think
now
I'm
it's
gonna
a
grab
lot.
those up when they're
the
collections.
Yeah, I still haven't seen any sort of trade paperbacks for any of those yet.
Not yet.
No volumes at all.
Damn.
So I mean, I could buy them digitally, but
I think the first one for Star Wars might be
coming out soon. This month or?
I'm not 100% sure.
See, I'll read. I'll probably borrow yours. Is probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably raid your
I,
collection.
mean,
and
I
see
have
what-
them, so
because it interests me. I love it. I love that it's canon. That's really interesting
Yeah.
to me. That's why I'm reading the books. The books are good. It's just there's so many right now. They have Leia. They have Star Wars. They have Vader. They have Kanan.
They have
Chewbacca. Lando. Shattered Empire. Did Chewbacca come out yet? Am I crazy?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I think November.
That one I'll buy because I love Chewie. So
Yeah. Shattered Empire 2 comes out this week too.
Yep,
So-
sure does. Going broke. Does Lando come out this week as well?
Yeah, Lando 5.
Lando 5. It's just it's an easy game to play. It's a rich white people problem is what
Yep.
it is. There's too many comic books to buy.
And we're not rich.
Not yet, at least. We're working
yeah,
there.
we'll get there when we're famous singers. It won't be a problem.
We're halfway there. We're at least white. We can read.
So I totally interrupted you. I'm sorry. So you're buying Amazing Spider-Man #1. What else
Yeah.
are you for sure getting?
Doctor Strange for sure. I know you're
yeah.
you're totally into that.
Yes.
Doctor
It's-
Strange with weapons. I love it.
Yeah, it's
Limited ammunition.
It's totally different. Like from what we've seen with Doctor Strange lately.
Right.
I mean, we haven't really seen a whole lot lately, other than
he hasn't had a book in
other
what
than Secret
6 years.
Wars with what he's in. But
Right, and he was a main player in Secret Wars. Forgive me if I get this incorrectly, but the whole crux of this news Doctor Strange is that he doesn't have the Eye of Agamotto anymore, so his magic is very limited. That's why he uses the weapons. Is that
basically yeah.
what it is? Okay, so I mean, I'm very interested in that. I like that. I mean, the cover is him with an axe.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard like the magic like is gonna have like a very
Big toll.
it's, like
Very
very
cost
instant like impact. Like
Right. So like
It comes
it'll
at
cost.
a high
Yeah.
cost for him.
I like
so.
that. Do you think it's gonna be blood magic?
I mean, he does have an axe.
I feel like you'd use a dagger if it's blood magic. If you're coming at yourself with a double-headed axe
If
every
it's
time
the
you...
closest thing on hand, and Mephisto is just knocking on his door, he's gonna go for the axe.
They're just really doing this huge tie-in to Star Wars, and he's going to be cutting off his hand every issue. It only went 2 issues. Why? Well, he had to cut off his hand every time he needed to cast a spell. You can only yell no and push your father so many times. So, Doctor Strange, Amazing Spider-Man. Are you buying Contest of Champions?
I'm on the fence. I don't know for sure. I mean, it's a #1, so I probably will get it.
Right.
But I might have to
You're
drop
gonna
it
fall off.
to save my wallet a little bit.
Well, the thing that is surprising about Contest of Champions, I know it's a tie-in to the game, the mobile game they're doing.
Yeah.
It's basically. Do you guys watch Teen Titans?
Yeah.
The show? I know Dave did.
Yeah.
You saw Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the episode when Battlemaster summons all of the boys and makes them fight?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
the first time you see Speedy in that
Yes,
show.
that's essentially what Contest of Champions is. Is Maestro summons a bunch of heroes and makes them fight for his enjoyment, essentially.
I'm up for that.
I'm up for it, but it strikes me the same way that did you guys read comics back when the Amalgam universe was a thing?
Yep.
So DC versus Marvel?
I did not read the Amalgam comics, but I have seen some in your collection, and they make me giggle.
Well, before Amalgam Comics launched, it was DC versus Marvel. What it was is we all voted on characters matching up and fighting. So you'd have like Captain America versus Wolverine, stuff like that. Captain America versus Wolverine. I don't remember who Captain America fought, but Wolverine versus Batman, Storm versus Wonder Woman. I think Thor fought Wonder Woman too. I'm getting all the matchups wrong, but essentially there was matchups and we voted, and then they printed the comics.
Wasn't
and
there a
showed you the
Batman
fights.
versus Hulk?
That was a different book.
Okay,
that's its own thing.
I just remember seeing like that.
I own Batman vs. Hulk. I have the trade paperback edition. But essentially we voted on them and then it printed them and it was just fights. Each issue was a fight, and it was good, but it wasn't that good. The fights were okay. The art was and I didn't agree with a lot of the matchups, but we voted, so you know. But that's essentially what Contest of Champions is going to be. It's going to be each week, you know, a new fight, which is neat if they're cool matchups and they're good art and they're good fights. But if not, it's going to be a boring book and I'm going to fall off real quick. And I think that's what everyone's going to be doing because it's a tie into a mobile app that no one's playing. like what kind of? Why would you do that?
I got a great audience there.
Yeah, right.
The title is something that they've heard before, at least, so that's something like, oh, like I know what that is. Like,
Right. Okay, I agree with you there. But like Maestro is not a big name for people that are playing this mobile app. I mean, I'm assuming, I'm making a lot of assumptions here, but I feel like a lot of that audience aren't going to play that app. If they are playing that app, they're probably not going to know who Maestro is. I'm sure the big names that are coming in, like I think Venom is in the first issue, so that's going to be a big draw. But there's a lot of it. I just think that's not a comic book that I'm going to be sticking with. Plus, it's $4.99 again, so yeah. I'm not or $3.99, $4.99. But $5 is too much for me to buy a comic book. I'm going to buy them because I'm stupid, but it's still
we like
still
what
enough
we
for me.
like, and we will pay for what we like.
Exactly. I don't think I'm going to like it. What else is coming out this week other than that from Marvel?
They have the all new, all different .1.
That's a one shot, right?
Yep.
That's $7. Am I incorrect on that? That's $6.99.
It's $5.99.
Oh, $5.99. Okay, still $6.
I mean, it probably depends. It might be different.
Now, this one is the big spoiler that I was referring to. This is showing what happened in the 8 months in between the end of Secret Wars and the beginning of the all new, all different Marvel.
Oh, so I have to buy this one?
Yes. Well, you don't have to buy it, but it's going to fill in a lot of gaps.
It fills in the gaps, and I think it ties to multiple stories that are going on.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is I have to buy it?
Yeah, you should buy it
because I'm not gonna not buy this.
But again, you're not finished with Secret Wars. No one is finished with Secret Wars because it's not out yet.
Okay, well, if we discover time travel, we will travel back to now and have the ending of Secret Wars. No? Okay.
But I know one of the main storylines that it ties to is the Contest of Champions. So
it's trying to make me interested in it.
I know.
It's going to be one of those things like every time I was back when the New 52 was out and I was reading, and it was like ties into Batman Incorporated and Batwing. I'm like, I'm not reading Batwing. I don't give a fuck. I get it. He's the Batman of Africa, which is neat. He's a cool character, but he was cooler in Batman Incorporated than in his own book.
Right.
I just I don't give two fucks. It's kind of like how I feel about Wonder Woman right now. I love Wonder Woman as a character. Her book is terrible to me, and I'm not every time because I love Batman and Wonder Woman. Not Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman. I thought that was a really good book at first. It's not. It kind of fell off on me a little bit, but it tied in so strongly to Wonder Woman. And I'm like, I'm not reading this book too. It's how I got back into Action Comics. Actually, is Batman and Superman, which was really good, and got worse and then got better recently with the new Batman. Spoilers: it's Jim Gordon. He's young again.
No, I think IGN had that covered.
They ruined Damian dying for me a couple years ago. It was Robin died, and I'm like, dude, I was about to crack open that issue, like literally that day. Like, well,
Yeah.
all right,
I screamed at my computer that day.
It's my fault, I guess. I shouldn't have checked the internet before I read my comics that week, but
Excuse me for going on IGN, but you ruined all my shit.
I love IGN. I will talk shit about that spoiler, but I follow them every single day.
We're
but
fanboys. We talk shit about everything we love.
it's true. It's true. You know what I'm not pissy about right now? Those Flash season 2. That looks fucking sweet.
Well, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm super excited for that. I'll segue a little bit away from our comic anger, because I'm going to drop at least $100 tomorrow. But other than that, this week all of the new shows come back out. So much to watch. Are you caught up on anything? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at least,
Agents
right?
of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm caught up on
Caught up
Arrow,
on everything?
Flash, everything. So
Everything. You mean
Everything.
the 3 shows that we watched?
Everything.
Jessica Jones, the new 2 teasers came out for that.
Yeah, I
You guys
saw
pumped
those.
about that?
Oh, I actually haven't seen those. I'll
You
have to
haven't seen
check those out.
We'll have to show you. They're really short, 30 seconds each, I think. The first one shows Jessica Jones waking up and crushing her alarm clock. And I say crushing, not like shutting off, like not a smash, but like just reaches out, grabs it, and
Like an
smushes
aluminum
it.
can.
Exactly.
I can dig it.
It's awesome.
Now, see, this is interesting for me because I know literally nothing about Jessica Jones.
Most people don't.
She's
Like,
one of my favorite characters.
She is such
in
a good
the
character,
Marvel
man.
universe.
I really recommend, even if you're going to watch the show, because there's a lot of things in the show they're not going to be able to do. Because what they did with Alias was kind of how they do. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's the trope where you have a character who was supposedly there the whole time. Like, do you remember the X-Men character, Forget Me Not?
Yeah, you told me about him.
Yeah, I can't remember what it, Forget Me Now or Forget Me Not, whatever. That guy who supposedly was there the whole time, but we forget about him because that's his power.
Right.
So everyone forgets about him. That's Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones went to high school with Spidey. Was part of the Avengers. Is best friends with Carol Danvers. Tracks Captain America for a case. Like, all this stuff, she was like supposedly always there in the background. And they brought it out as part of Marvel's Max, which was their kind of like Vertigo comics for DC. Vertigo was Constantine and those books.
Okay.
Except for Max tied into the main Marvel universe. But it was adult content, so they didn't want it tied into the main Marvel name. So
Right.
you had Punisher Max, you had Alias, which was a.k.a. Jessica Jones, was the book. I'm guessing they're tying that a little bit away from their other property that Disney owns, which is Alias, the Jennifer Gardner TV show that came out in the 2000s.
That I never watched.
Also a really good show. You should check that out. Bradley Cooper. When he was young. I don't know. Did you watch Alias? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen all of it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. He's in like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Is he still a raccoon in that?
No, not a raccoon. Pre-raccoon days, actually.
Damn.
It's more like Limitless, but with shorter hair.
Okay.
So, anyways, Alias. Jessica Jones is a private investigator who used to be a superhero. Still has her powers, just doesn't use them. Never really got good at using them. I don't want to spoil anything about the actual book, but at some point she just kind of became disingenuous, like with the whole idea of being a superhero. Like she had some bad run-ins with fellow heroes, bad run-ins with supervillains. It was just enough to tell her to go, fuck it. So she became a private investigator. She's ground level. That's where she ties into the new series with Daredevil, and
which will eventually add up into the Defenders.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I wonder if they're going to go like the Defenders route like they do in the comics, because the Defenders had people like Doctor Strange and Hulk fighting supernatural foes, like Fire Lord, but what's the
Dormammu?
Dormammu, thank you. Fighting like the likes of Dormammu with shit like that. Cho'Gath,
Mephisto.
People like that is who the Defenders fought. So I wonder if they're going to tie that in, because in this world it's Daniel Rand, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, aka Jewel, aka Power Woman, aka she had another one, didn't she?
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought she had one more. And then Daredevil and Luke Cage, Power Man. So
Solid.
Yeah, it's an awesome lineup, and I'm excited to have Jessica Jones because, like I said, she was always kind of there. I'm really interested to see what they do with her not having that history. Because they can't have her go to school with Spidey because Spidey is still in school. Spider-Man's 15. They can't have her tailing Captain America because Captain America hasn't been around for very long. They can't have her.
Well, he's been around since the 40s, Terry.
Yeah, frozen in fucking ice. They can't have her.
Maybe she thought he was cool.
Maybe they can't have her part of the Avengers because the Avengers have only been around for a few years, and we've seen all of their exploits. So
unless you forgot it.
Yeah. Fucking hey, man. So I don't know. I'm not as upset. I'm more interested because I love everything they do. So I know they're going to do it well. It's how
What
they
if
do it.
she's in every deleted scene?
What I feel like they're gonna do is, you know how they have the new team after Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
for the Avengers. I think what they're gonna do is in the intermediate time when they were trying out new people, and they were talking about new people showing up, like in Ant-Man, how they mentioned there's new heroes coming up.
Yep.
And with the Inhuman threat coming from Agents of Shield, I feel like they're gonna tie it into that where she wasn't a part of the Avengers 20 years ago. She's been part of, or 10 years ago. She was part of the Avengers a few months ago. She tried out, didn't work out. You know, that kind of thing. Like she got her power the same way Daredevil does. Chemical spill.
Yep.
Car accident.
Love it.
I love it too. And I was going to say, it'd be too ridiculous for the new Marvel Universe. So she'd have to be an
Simple-
Inhuman. Except for that's how Daredevil still got his powers in this.
Simple, sweet, and to the point.
I agree. So I feel like that's still going to happen. I hope they explain what this fucking chemical that's just on the road all the time is.
Yeah.
I think Luke Cage is getting his powers from injections of the super serum, like a play on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's kind of how he gets his powers in the comics anyways. So that's doable. Danny Rand is mystical, so until they introduced Stephen Strange, I feel like they'll wait on him.
Yeah.
Because
I can never remember the name of the place that he comes from. Well, that his powers come from.
his powers come from
It's like Kung Lung or something.
Kung Wu. I don't know. It's essentially ancient Chinese culture in the fucking
Yeah,
mountains.
it's basically the temple where Liu Kang was trained.
Except for it's more like Outworld because it's on a different dimension, whereas he was still on Earth realm.
It's a pocket dimension.
Exactly. And there's actually 4 cities that they all fight. They have a tournament like Mortal Kombat. We got you.
Fucking shout.
Iron Fist is a really awesome book. I do recommend that. Matt Fraction had a really cool run on that. You should check
You've
that
been
out.
throwing his name around a lot.
Matt Fraction
Fraction's
is
a really good writer.
awesome. He really is. I love Matt Fraction.
No, I'm not arguing the point. I just wanted to point out that you've been saying that name.
I'm a little bit of a fanboy right now. I've been reading. I finished Hawkeye. I've been reading Sex Criminals.
Oh yeah,
'cause
Sex
Criminals is
Criminals.
awesome. That doesn't come out this week. Don't you tell me that comes out.
No,
this
that
week.
doesn't come out this week. I
Okay.
was just gonna say it's great.
We're gonna bump Terry's budget up to 130.
I already had to cut out Southern Bastards because I've been reading that, but I don't have any of the single issues. I've been reading that in volume form, so I'm probably just gonna not buy that. I think I'm gonna cut out Miracle Man and wait till that series finishes.
I'm gonna do that too.
It's too expensive. It's a good book, but I feel like I'd like it more if I read it as a whole. It's just it's about like
You almost have to because it's hard to actually read it unless
really
you're in
is.
that mood.
exactly because it's similar to Brightest Stars. It's one of those tales where it's the superheroes using their powers like logically how a person would use their powers. Like if you found out you were were invincible, you'd start a company and rule the world, right?
Yeah.
That's Miracle Man. That's essentially what happens in that book. So I think I'm going to read that as a whole, similar to how I did those. I'm super excited for all these shows. I just don't know if I have time for them. It's a little bit easier with Arrow and Flash because they come out weekly.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jessica Jones drops, I'm going to want to watch that all at one time. How do you feel?
Like we did with Daredevil.
Like we did with
Yeah.
Daredevil. Exactly.
Oh,
We watched that all in
Daredevil
one
was so
weekend.
good.
You know. How do you guys feel about that coming out all at once?
Love it.
Yeah,
I want more
Yeah.
of it.
I mean,
It's my preferred method.
Yeah.
yeah, I like it a lot.
Do that more.
The problem I see with it, just a little bit, is not with me. It's on Netflix's part. I feel like they're going to lose a lot of subscribers because you're going to subscribe for the month that you want to watch that, watch it all, and then cancel your subscription.
I mean, I could see that, but it's Netflix, and I mean, I'm always gonna want it.
Well, that's the thing. That's how I feel about
Yeah.
Netflix. Is it's got too many good shows on it for me not to. I watch
Yeah.
Friends every single day. I watch Frasier every single day.
Frasier is the best.
So when these shows come out, it's just like an added incentive for
It's
me.
our go-to. We just turn on Netflix
Netflix.
and watch whatever feels good that day.
Exactly. Has your girlfriend caught up on Daredevil yet?
No, I don't think she's really
Man.
gotten in.
I know my wife hasn't watched it either. We should make them sit down together and watch Daredevil.
While we watch it again.
It's so
yeah, we
good.
can have my girlfriend sit in and watch it too.
I popped her. I'm sorry.
Damn it. I'm all out of patch kits.
Did you finish Daredevil, right?
Fucking right, dude.
Episode 2. I know, like, we're just talking about things that have already happened. I don't care. If you're still listening, I'm sorry, but this is what's happening right now. Episode 2, that fight in the hallway.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That was fantastic.
I feel bad actually because we have a little bit of a crossover with a lot of different podcasts, just nerdy podcasts. And Kevin Smith talks about that hallway fight on every single one of his podcasts. I listened to Smodcast, Hollywood Babylon, Fat Man on Batman, and he mentions that fight in every single one. It is really good though, especially single shot, and if those fights carry over to season 2, I can't fucking wait, man. I can't wait. Imagine what they're going to do with Iron Fist.
Right. Wait, we're talking about the Ben Affleck movie,
Oh,
right?
yeah, we're talking about Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell as Bullseye. Who do you think they're going to get for Bullseye?
I don't know, but whoever it is, probably it'll be a better Bullseye than in the movie.
I don't think Colin Farrell was that bad as
I
Bullseye.
don't think it was that bad. It was just the movie.
The movie itself was bad. Again, I think everyone was cast well except for Jennifer Gardner. I
Yeah.
think she wasn't a very good Elektra, but that's not her fault.
No.
It's just bad casting. I thought Ben Affleck was actually pretty good as Daredevil. As good as he could do with the writing.
Right. Just a terrible story. You can't do much with it.
Exactly, and it was cut really weird too.
Yeah.
Have you seen the director's cut of that movie? A lot better actually. Have you seen the original Daredevil movie?
No, I haven't.
I mean,
You
comparison.
need to see it.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to see it, but comparison wise, it's kind of fun. Skip Elektra.
All right.
Just close your eyes and plug your ears.
Although she does make out with a chick in it, so I mean, there's that.
know.
If you're a straight man and you want to see Elektra make out with another chick, it's or Jennifer Gardner. I can't really call her Elektra. She's not Elektra.
Well, with my girlfriend Deflated, I probably should watch it.
You have some time on your hands. You just have to watch it alone.
Until your new patch kit comes to the door.
Playing rock, paper, scissors by yourself. It's always rock, just in case you're wondering.
It's always rock.
It's
Better than paper.
Speaking of those older movies, people I'm sure know how I feel about the Fantastic Four movie. I rewatched Fantastic Four, not the original one, not the older one, but the one that came out in the 2000s.
The Fox one.
Yeah, with Chris Evans. I didn't hate it. It was
terrible.
I mean,
the casting
I
was
thought
fine.
I thought the casting was cool.
I thought the ending way they beat the villain was a bit
Okay,
silly.
that was stupid.
Yeah.
Do you know what happens to metal when you super cool? I don't give two fucks.
I mean, as a kid, I was like, science. But
You know what really upset me about that whole scene? That was the smartest thing Reed Richards said in the whole movie. But I thought Chris Evans was awesome as the Human Torch.
definitely.
Actually.
I thought so too.
And Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm was fucking awesome.
It was awesome.
People bitch and moan about that suit. I thought it was way cooler than the new one.
that suit was comic book accurate
know, it
to
really
the comic
was.
book suit.
The only problem I guess I had with it is his head was a little too big. But you can't make someone's head smaller,
right?
And people were bitching about the pants and stuff. I thought he was awesome.
Actually,
Yeah.
you can make people's heads smaller.
Juice him.
No, those people who shrunken
Shrunken
heads.
heads. You don't not when it's still on someone's body.
You don't know that.
Juice 'em.
Juice. This is why we shouldn't drink caffeine before we start the show.
This is why we should drink caffeine.
But I watched it. I had fun with it. I had fun. I don't
Yeah.
want to see another sequel with it.
No,
I
but
didn't watch Silver Surfer afterwards. But
I don't know. I just really want a really, really good Doom.
yeah, that's the thing is they haven't done Doom well. And Doom's. I mean, no offense. I love the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
All really interesting characters. But Doom is the most interesting one to me. Other than Ultimate Reed Richards, who is fascinating.
Yeah.
But
There is no Fantastic Four book in the all-new Marvel, is there?
no, there isn't.
Damn it.
If you want to follow up on the Fantastic Four, let's see. The Human Torch is part of the Inhumans.
So he's the Inhuman Torch.
He's the Inhuman Torch.
Son of a bitch.
The Thing is
Wait,
in.
is it actually the Human Torch?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
I didn't know.
yeah,
Yeah, they brought him back.
Him
he's-
and Beast.
Yep. Him and Beast are both joining the Inhumans, which I wonder if they're gonna tie that into because Beast being into biology and stuff, and he's one of the few notable second mutations. I wonder if they're gonna tie that into him trying to splice any sort of Inhuman DNA with the X gene.
Huh.
I want that from it. I don't know. It hasn't hinted towards that at all. This is all speculation, but I think that'd be really cool.
That would be awesome.
I would be really interested. Also, because Beast is my favorite X-Man.
Oh, definitely. I love him.
Exactly. I feel like he'd be really interesting with that.
Also, he's one of the best portrayed in the movies.
Yeah.
He's so good. Kelsey Grammer was a genius in that, and then I really like his version in the The new movies.
The
the
First Class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like
universe.
I hate X3, but I love Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
He was the
Yep.
only good part of that movie.
If they could just make a Beast movie,
With Kelsey Grammer?
yes.
Or the younger guy. What's his name? He was in Fury Road.
Yeah.
He's that guy with the face.
He's got a face. He's got glasses.
He,
Big feet.
The hot guy.
That guy.
he does the thing.
He does.
He's not in the wheelchair.
I think he gets to sleep with Jennifer Lawrence too, so there's that. Not in the movie. I think that doesn't work out in the movie, but I think in real life.
Godspeed, sir.
Exactly.
As Beast.
but yeah, so Beast joining them. Ben Grimm is on the Guardians of the Galaxy with Flash Thompson.
Yep.
Female Star-Lord still.
Females.
I think maybe Rocket and Groot's back on the
Yeah,
team.
female Star-Lord.
Female
I'm
Star-Lord
pretty sure.
still, because I think he's getting another book of Kitty Pryde eventually. I think he's still on Earth. So I don't know. I'm interested, but I've never been that into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I started reading their book, when the movie came out, because fanboy. I'm like, oh hey, this is pretty good. I'm gonna check this out again. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I was always into the Guardians of the Galaxy, because I wasn't. I didn't give two fucks.
I mean, it's a lot different than the movie.
It really is. But I started reading a little bit. That's came out the last couple of years. The team that they portrayed in the movie,
Right.
Other than they also have Nova and the guy that comes out of the cocoon, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock. Other than those guys who aren't really portrayed in the movie, still very similar. Still pretty interesting actually. It's a good read. I don't know if I care too much about the new setup. I don't like Venom's new costume, so I kind of boycotted it after the change.
I don't really like that.
No, Agent Venom was sweet. His new symbiote costume, while how he got it was kind of cool, like visiting the symbiote home planet and stuff like that. That was neat, but not super into that new lineup.
I'm also disappointed in the costume change for 2099.
You don't like the white?
No, I liked it better before they added the white to it.
I think it's neat. I think I feel about it like how I feel about Spider-Man. All of his new costumes are awesome, not as cool as OG Spider-Man. So I think it's neat.
Yeah, like I don't flat out hate it, but I'm just like
you miss it. You
Yeah.
miss the other one, right? Are you reading the 2099 that's come out the last couple of years?
No, I haven't actually. I'm a bit behind on that.
I think I recommend it.
I'm still trying to get through the middle of the old 2099.
The old 2099?
because I want to read that
It's
first.
a tough read.
Oh, I know.
It's
Believe
a tough
me.
read. It's a neat universe, and at the time, I think it was really cool because it was new.
Yeah.
But going back is a little bit tougher because you've read better Spider-Man.
And personally, I just love seeing old takes on what the future would be.
Right.
It's so comical.
I feel like they're always right because it's just corporations ruling the world.
Definitely.
Alchemax.
And I honestly loved the Secret Wars 2099 universe tie-in.
Oh yeah, that
It
was pretty
so
cool.
good. The ending just kind of came out of nowhere, but
Right. I like the
It was still
idea
solid.
that Captain America was a secret soldier,
Yes,
like a
like-
sleeper soldier.
yeah, she was a sleeper agent.
Yeah,
Let me say that she was a sleeper agent.
Yeah, exactly. I like the idea of a female
Boom.
Captain America. Speaking of which, did you guys see the new teaser that they tweeted out the other day? No? Nothing? Ryan Higgins, awesome dude. He's got his own podcast, The Comic Conspiracy. Check it out. He's also on the Geekbox podcast. Also check it out.
Are you talking about the postcards?
I'm talking about the postcards.
All right.
He runs a comic book store, and he tweeted out the postcards they got. Civil War with the Roman numeral 2 after it, with a picture of Tony Stark in his new costume fighting off Sam Wilson, Captain Falcon. So what do you think? Civil War 2?
Wouldn't it be 3 with the Secret Wars tie-in?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
I
it.
don't know.
I hope they... Okay, so I didn't like the Civil War series out of the... Not the original. I like the original. I didn't like the one Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's just...
I like the idea that it has, where it escalated so much where it split America into 2.
Yeah.
The red and blue. I thought that was super interesting. If they could make it a bigger conflict in Civil War 2, quotations, I think I'd be really interested.
Honestly, I think it would need a little bit more background within the Secret Wars.
I completely agree.
Storyline for it to actually be a lot better than it was.
Right. I agree with that. It needed more than 6 issues, is the thing.
Exactly. I mean, the story itself worked. It made sense.
Right. It's the same problem I had with the original Civil War. Is number one, it didn't last long enough. 10 issues, while I like that it was concise and you could just read that and understand what was going on, I feel like for as much of an impact as they had on all the other books, the main series wasn't that amazing.
Yeah.
I loved the tie-ins. Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, New Avengers, New Warriors, all those ones were
all
really
the books all together with all the tie-ins.
That made it a good
prelude,
event.
It was in like 86
books, yeah.
I think 86 books.
Yeah.
Makes it an amazing event.
Exactly, but the main series itself, 1 through 10, not amazing. I liked Captain America in it. But again, see, they did too many shifts in those 10 issues. They made Tony Stark a villain all of a sudden, which it didn't feel earned. And it also didn't feel earned that he changed his mind at the end. You know, like, even with the death of Captain America and stuff, I felt like it wasn't earned. It wasn't long enough. Those 10 issues didn't make me buy that's how it would end. Number 2, for it to affect everything, I feel like it should have had better roots before, like hinting towards this stuff.
Yeah, they should have had a good build up.
Exactly, and it really didn't. It really didn't. And the same thing with the lasting events. Didn't last that long. And when it was done, it was just kind of done. And then Secret Invasion happened. No one gave a fuck. So with this new book, I hope that they make it a little bit of a bigger conflict. And I like the idea of the 2 superhero communities fighting. I thought that was cool. But play it up and make it last a little bit longer. Maybe not the series itself, but the ramifications.
Definitely.
So it's not just done, one and done. I want it to kind of coalesce a little bit better. The other problem I have with this new one is Sam Wilson and Iron Man fighting. I don't buy it. Why?
I mean, we'll probably find out why, but
I'm sure they'll give me a reason. But like, I understood like Tony Stark and Chris Evans,
Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans
and Steve Rogers had been friends forever. They'd been on the Avengers together for a long, long time. They've known each other, and even though, like I said, that they kind of turned Tony a little too fast, like him being evil and taking this side. I bought it a little bit more than I buy Sam Wilson and Tony Stark going head to head now. Mm-hmm. At least they knew each other. At least they would have a long time to kind of start to see not eye to
different
eye.
sides.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. To start to have a little bit of a feud.
They've always had like differences in way of running things.
Exactly.
And you can see that in the movies.
Exactly. And I'm excited that, but I don't think I disliked the main Civil War series as much as other people. A lot of people are really hoping that they don't do the Civil War outright in Captain America.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they can't.
They can't, exactly.
No, they definitely can't.
There's no way that they can. I'd rather that they did closer to what I think they're going to actually do.
But that would take like 3 movies.
Exactly, and it also would have took a lot of other stuff happening way before.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they do it more than just in name only. Like,
Right.
I hope it's not just Captain America: Civil War, and at one point Tony Stark and Steve Rogers fight.
Yeah,
I hope
and
it's
then
more than just that.
Right.
Or maybe Iron Man 4 Civil War 2.
I mean, I think it's going to be more than that because obviously they've been pushing to show like the 2 separate teams how it's going to separate.
Exactly. I'm a little bit worried that's not going to have the same effect that it had because, like I said, I loved all the tie-ins more than the main series.
Mm-hmm.
Because the main series didn't interest me as much.
Spider-Man tie-ins were the best.
Spider-Man tie-ins were the best. What Daredevil was doing, what Luke Cage was doing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any of that.
I know.
Luke Cage exists in this world, but hasn't been a player yet.
Right.
Spider-Man exists in this world, hasn't been a player yet. Daredevil exists, is a player now, but doesn't
not
know
tied into anything.
No, he
yet.
doesn't know Captain America, so he's not going to be running the ground troops. So, my favorite parts of Civil War can't happen. They can't. So I have faith that they're going to make me love this story of it.
Yeah, since they're sending postcards, I'm sure they're still having a build up to it.
Oh,
You know?
I'm sure. Well, the thing is, I don't even know what happened in the first 8 months of all different Marvel. That's why I'm buying all points. Marvel number 1 for $6.90 fucking 9.
Check your local comic stores.
So I hope that they do it. If they were gonna follow up an event, I'm glad it's Civil War.
Yeah,
because I love it. It's my favorite.
I mean, it's sold really well.
Oh, it's sold fucking amazing. It's what got me back into comics. So I'm excited that that's what they're doing. I'm a firm believer that even when people are like, oh, I should leave it alone, don't make a sequel of it. Fuck you. Make a sequel of it. I want more of it. Even if it's terrible, make another one. I was pumped that Silver Surfer Fantastic Four came out. It's terrible. So was the first one, but I was still excited for
But
it.
it gave you hope.
X-Men 3. I knew it was going to be bad. Still went and watched it. I was excited for it.
I caught all 3 of them on FX in one night. Because I had no friends.
Oh, because they're that shallow. Actually, you know what? X-Men 2 is an amazing film. I thought that was really cool.
I don't remember it. Is the thing.
Do you remember the Nightcrawler scene in the first 5 minutes?
Yes.
No,
I
that's all
remember
you
that.
know.
That was pretty sweet. Yes.
That's everything. That and Berserker Rage from Wolverine when he comes out of the adamantium chamber.
The cocoon.
Sure, Adam Warlock. Oh, like
Logan Warlock.
Logan.
Old man Logan Warlock.
Speaking of old man Logan, you're a fan of Hawkeye. You're reading all new Hawkeye. How do you feel about it being about old man Hawkeye?
I think it's really cool, actually.
You do?
I mean,
I like the twist. Spoilers for all new Hawkeye number 5 or number 4? 5, I think. 5. Spoilers for all new Hawkeye. In this latest issue, you found out that it took place in the Old Man universe, which was really neat because you were following young Hawkeye after the normal Hawkeye book, the Matt Fraction book. So you thought. Turns out you weren't. Turns out this was all happening in the Old Man universe. Flash forward, Old Man Hawkeye talking to old woman Kate Bishop. They're like, "Hey, look, we fucked up." I was like, "Oh, so it's going to be about them." And I know it's going to tie into Secret Wars, and he's going to be the main Hawkeye in this new world. I don't know if that means they're getting rid of the normal Clint Barton. I hope not, because he's fascinating. Really, really in-depth character. I thought they were really good in Matt Fraction's run. So I hope that they don't get rid of him, but he is going to be the main protagonist of this new book. Is going to be the Old Man Hawkeye. So, I mean, I'm excited. I don't know how I feel about not having a book just about that Hawkeye anymore.
Yeah.
Same thing with I love Kate Bishop. I don't know how I feel about having a young Kate Bishop, unless it's going to be like an odd couple kind of thing where they have young Kate Bishop with old Hawkeye.
Right.
Do you think that's what they're going to do?
I mean, it's crossed my mind. I don't know, obviously, what they are going to do, but
Right.
I don't know. It could be anything.
I want to. I'm sure I'll find out reading the all points. Marvel.
Yeah.
Number 1. Old Man Logan is the new Wolverine in this new universe too.
Right.
He's not Wolverine. He's just Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
X-23 is Wolverine. But I wonder how they're going to tie in the world. Do they have memories of Battle World? Do they have memories of their original universe? Is Miles going to remember the Ultimate World?
I don't know.
How do you guys feel about bringing those characters over?
I mean,
I'm excited they're bringing them over, but I want to go.
I was going to say if he didn't remember his Ultimate World, he wouldn't remember anything.
Because
right. That's all he's had.
Yeah,
so far.
he's like 14, right?
Right,
Yeah,
that's
good
all
point.
he's had so far for the past few years. So it'd basically be a reboot of Miles Morales.
Right.
Completely without any.
I feel bad for Miles specifically because Old Man Logan has lived long enough to not feel like in anybody's shadow. If he's coming to this new world, Wolverine did some stuff, he doesn't give 2 fucks. X-23 will feel like she's going to be in someone's shadow.
Yeah.
Miles, however, was in the shadow of the original Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe, who died. And he's like, okay, I'm taking your place. Now he has to come to a world where not only is that Spider-Man still alive, a millionaire, but there's also 9 other Spider people.
Yeah.
Operating in the same city, and he's told yeah, so I'm one of you guys, right? Oh, okay. So I don't know about that.
So if Peter has jet boots, will Miles Morales have the spider bike?
I don't know. He'll probably get to ride in the sidecar of the Spider-Mobile. I wonder because they're building this up to be Miles is Spider-Man.
Right.
So Peter is Spider-Man as well, but he's the amazing Spider-Man. He's out having world adventures.
Spider-Man age man?
Exactly.
The way they describe it is he's Peter Parker and he brings along his bodyguard Spider-Man, which is
exactly
the original.
Which is Iron Man. Which is how they did Iron
Essentially,
Man.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. It's a topic
We're
for
not gonna
another
get
time.
back into
I'm
it
not going to
again.
get back into that. I'm upset. But Miles is Spider-Man.
Yes.
So he's the Spider-Man that's operating in New York. He's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He is Spider-Man. However, are they going to finally have Peter Parker have a sidekick? Because they tried that with Alpha for a little while. Did you guys read that?
No, but I remember you talking about it.
Of course you do. So for a little while, it was after Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Because it was during Dan Slott's run.
Yeah.
That they introduced Alpha, and it was going to be Peter's sidekick. The reason why they didn't do it, number 1, didn't sell very well. Number 2, his character was getting too powerful. So they powered him down. He had his own adventures. I was super pumped about having an older Spider-Man with a sidekick, though. I think that would be fucking awesome. I love the idea of Peter having a sidekick. Not just Peter, team up. Peter Parker, Spider-Man with a sidekick.
It almost makes me think of Civil War where Peter's working originally with Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, exactly.
And he's helping him out with certain things.
It was like a team.
Right.
It's kind of like Batman and Robin is a team. it's not necessarily sidekick, it's a team. Batman has his team. You have Robin, you have Nightwing, you have Batgirl. The Spider family could be like we've seen. There's like 4 Spider Bucks. We love that dynamic. Why not make them a team make it the Spider family like it is the Bat family?
Whole Spider-Verse.
Just don't give him a spider cave.
Well, yeah. Hey man, he's got a Spider-Mobile.
Deadpool will make it work.
If I buy you a spider cave, can we go there?
What is this? The Arrow Cave? I like to call it the Quiver.
Right? Fucking Harley Quinn, she's the shit. So like I don't know. I'm excited. I think it'd be cool if they played it up more as in like they were a team. They won't right now, because he's having his world
cool
adventures.
just because Miles Morales has talked about how much like he looks up to Peter
exactly,
Parker.
and how he'd love to work with them and stuff. And I'm sure I'm sure he's a little bit dumbstruck having his entire world destroyed.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like did his family come with him? Is he an orphan now? Is he gonna move in with his uncle and aunt?
I don't know. Well, he doesn't want to go with his uncle.
I would say his uncle's Prowler, but ultimate Prowler. So I don't know. I mean, again, we'll find out this week how that works. But I think it'd be interesting to see them team up in more of like a family oriented kind of way. I don't. I guess I'd be lying if I said I'm not excited for all this new stuff. It's just pricey. There's a lot to take into it, but I'm excited. Look, we talked for almost an hour here about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like as far as the tie-ins go, I'm disappointed, but also excited that this new stuff is coming.
Right.
But like with 2099, I was really sad that it ended right there.
Right.
And I was so sad that Runaways didn't last as long as it should have because, I mean, I feel like there was a storyline that could have done way more than it did.
Right.
And it just ended with a big spoiler of Bucky Barnes not shooting himself. He was gunned down.
Right.
In the head multiple times.
That's what happens to Bucky. Yeah. Bucky gets shot a lot.
Yeah.
These were robots.
But
it was kind of a heartbreaking scene.
That was number 4 of Runaways, right? Like
that's five.
Okay, so
yeah,
it finished its whole series though.
Yep.
Where it's not like
it's done.
It's not like Howard the Human. You guys read Howard the Human?
Nope.
One issue and it was done. It was the best thing that came out of Secret Wars. But
Wait, I thought about what about Agent of the Hydra agent?
Oh,
Hank
Johnson.
Johnson.
Oh, that was awesome.
Is that having a second issue?
I don't
I
think
have
so. I think
no
it's a one
idea.
shot.
I think it was a one shot.
I'm pretty
Very
sure it
sad.
was just a one shot.
It was so good.
It was.
It was really good.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious, man.
MODOK singing Amazing Grace.
Or Lady Hydra asking for a divorce.
Yeah.
You know she's married, right?
What? And then, hey, honey, I'm fucking MODOK. What the fuck?
You're trying to
Analyze
file sexual harassment on Lady Hydra?
Yeah, get in line. That was such a good book. You know, switching gears from Marvel, because we talked for like almost an hour on Marvel, real quick. So, Ted Kord's been confirmed in the Justice League universe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Explains why they can't use him in Arrow, which is stupid because Ray Palmer should be fucking Ted Kord.
Yeah.
He is Ted Kord. Like,
Didn't they mention the company?
Oh, they mention him all the time.
Yeah.
There's stuff all over the place. Arrow he talks about like getting technology from Kord Industries. That his containers are all over the place still. Even in the new trailer for season 4, there was Ted Kord barrels everywhere.
Oh, speaking of DC, I was at work on my phone in the bathroom.
Oh, of course. Masturbating.
Yeah, well, of course. And
Playing
I
rock,
was
paper,
just,
scissors.
By yourself.
I was just flipping through Facebook really quick, and I didn't get to click on it and read it, but apparently Cartoon Network has confirmed a new Justice League animated series.
Yeah, Justice League Action.
All right, so you know about it.
Yeah, so you're behight on the times, man.
I
This is like
am.
a month ago. They leaked it by accident because they were doing a tour, they were taking pictures, and they had a poster up for it. Because I mean, like they do that. That's how Tony Hawk 5 leaked. Like they had like a
Gleeked.
Gleeked. Look, I got a cold. All right, don't judge me. They had a big like dinner, and big Tony Hawk 5 poster was up. This is like 6 months before they announced it. And they're like, oh, I guess Tony Hawk's 5's coming out. But I am excited that Cartoon Network's actually coming out and like saying like it's a thing now.
Yeah, but it'll just be canceled by season 2.
Oh, definitely. But we'll have 2 awesome seasons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Unless it's terrible. You know what else they're doing? A new young woman-oriented cartoon show for DC. It's called like Justice League Academy or something like that. It's all about like they're all teenagers and they're in high school together. Amanda Waller is the principal. Gorilla Grodd is a teacher, so is Poison Ivy. because they're like the Suicide Squad, so she's making them like work at the high school.
That's awesome.
It's got this really interesting pop song called "Get Your Cape On." Get your cape on.
Okay. Okay. I love the novelty of this, but just give me freaking Young Justice.
It's done in the style of like Total Drama Island, like that art style.
Okay.
So it
I
was
can dig
interesting. Yeah. So I'm a grown man with a beard and a child on the way and a wife, and I'm gonna watch the show.
Your child is gonna have entertainment out the ass.
If I have a daughter, I'll be excited because little girls aren't supposed to watch little boy shows. So fuck you. She's gonna watch all of the Justice League shows, but she's also gonna have the show if she wants to have
You know what?
that.
Fuck gender roles. I did watch a couple episodes of Totally Spies. Fuck you.
Fuck yeah, Totally Spies is the shit. I really hate when because they always say like, oh, we're trying to direct this one at little girls. It's like, why can't little girls watch?
Why can't you direct it at people?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when they got so mad about like us watching Young Justice, like, well, there was no kids watching, so we couldn't sell the toys. Fuck you. I bought all of the Young Justice toys.
Right?
Number one. Number two, just sell advertising because that show was awesome and we watched it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even pirate it. Like
I
watched
caught it every freaking Saturday.
Exactly. It was such a good
I think there
show.
were more boys that watched Powerpuff Girls than there were girls.
Oh, hell yeah. I know all that shit.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I get if you're not hitting the demographic that you wanted to, you had a set plan. Adjust the plan.
Yeah.
Change of course. Make it work. Because that's the thing is, I would have watched that show for another 5 years.
Yeah.
And they would have had my money. The other thing I think Cartoon Network would do well with is either pimping out more of their shows to Hulu and Netflix. They're doing it a little bit more, like all of Adventure Time's on Netflix, on Hulu now, which is really cool. But I feel like if they pimped it out more or had their own subscription service,
Yeah, like they do, but you have to like actually have DirecTV to be
yeah,
able to
it's
stream.
one of those exactly, kind of like how HBO used to do it, and that's a little bit frustrating. But I would totally watch those. So yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about Marvel this week. Not a lot of DC news necessarily.
The Batman and Robin Eternal, that one comes out.
It comes out. I'm gonna buy it. And that's weekly, right?
I believe it is.
Did you guys read Batman Eternal?
No,
good.
what's this?
It was Batman Eternal was weekly. It kind of, spoilers. It's the reason why Batman's not Batman anymore. So it kind of led up through that. And it was weekly, which was really neat. It was one of the few weeklies from DC. So Batman Robin Eternal is about the Robin War that's happening.
Dick Grayson and Batman.
Batman and all the Robins essentially. So,
yeah.
Because like some hero comes back from Batman's past and he's focusing on the Robins or something. It's interesting. I'm not 100% sure on all of the particulars, but Nightbird's going to be in it, so I'm interested in that.
Huh.
Yeah, like the Nightwing chick.
Yeah, the girl who made like 3 appearances and
I thought she was cool.
Batman.
I knew she was going to be something.
Yeah.
Either going to be a new Robin or she was going to be someone. So I'm excited for that. Just more people.
I thought it was neat that they like did something new.
Yes.
Instead of just like, well, this is Robin, this is other Robin.
I thought
this
she was
is
going to
Red
be
Hood.
Nightwing number 2. I really did. So I mean, she is. She's wearing the Nightbird costume, which is just Nightwing, but with like girl stuff on it.
Yeah.
But like showing some cleavage.
Got,
But
like a blue ribbon.
yeah,
in her hair.
she's got the single earring, which is actually pretty neat,
Yeah.
and like a David Bowie like haircut. But she is Nightwing.
And at the end of one of the Batman New 52 comics, there was a story that was just about her and her brother.
Yeah, and her brother. They
Yeah.
did a couple of those actually.
Yeah.
It was the backup story. They had an awesome series. Also, it was awesome just seeing like an openly gay character in a Batman book for a little while.
Definitely.
That
pretty
was
sweet.
That's the same reason why I'm reading Midnighter right now. It's not just because he's gay, but it's because they just let him be. So he's a gay character, but that's not the crux of the story.
Yeah, it's not, hey, look at me, I'm gay.
Exactly. Like it's just
I'm
like
gay.
it's like when he has his exploits, like he's not wooing women when he's on missions, he's wooing dudes. He's just on not Tinder. What's the one for dudes? Grinder. He's just like on Grinder dates. Like, look, we're having a good time. It's cool. I gotta go bust some heads. Like, we'll meet up later. Fuck yeah, that is so cool. Like, I love that shit.
I gotta go climb a building, and that's not a euphemism.
Although I am probably gonna fuck a dude while I'm there. I'm, full disclosure, this isn't a serious thing. Like even on his Grinder, like his profile is about like how he's a superhero. It's like, look, I like bashing heads. I'm into leather. Like look, this is what I do. And
Look, I'm not looking for a commitment, but I might commit to your penis.
it's such a cool book, and also the way it ties into Grayson, because Grayson's my favorite DC book right now. It's awesome because they start out kind of going head to head, and they team up a little bit. And right now, it's really the only team up Grayson's had since he became Grayson because he's dead to all the other characters. Midnighter's the only one who kind of knows he's still alive other than Batman. So it's like his only like option for a team up, kind of.
I was gonna ask, how does Batman still know? But then I remembered he's Batman.
He's Batman. Batman knows everything. Batman's the one who, spoilers for Grayson #1, he's the one who sends him on the mission.
Oh.
Yeah, sends him undercover to Spiral. It's like Alchemax. World. What's that company you were telling me about?
Kretschmar.
Kretschmar. What do they make? Sandwiches?
Meat.
They make.
They make meat for the sandwiches. Some cheeses too.
So, oh god, it's just like this sounds like an evil corporation. Kretschmar.
They're almost all filler.
Oh. It's like all salted preservatives, right?
No, actually, they're actually very healthy meats.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Go get some Kretschmar.
It's just expensive.
So I shouldn't try to tear them down because they're ruining the world.
No.
No, I should buy some of their sandwiches. Yeah. All right, that's everything for the Cave Trolls podcast. Do you guys want to throw in anything else? I'm gonna take that as a no from Dave. Jordan,
Nothing.
thank you for letting me prattle on about how angry I am about everything for an hour.
Quick teaser about future Dave Hates Everything. It's gonna be about fucking Arkham Knight.
I forgot you finally finished that. All right. Well, thank you for listening to the Cave Trolls podcast. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at Cave Trolls Cast. Email us your thoughts, your comments, your concerns, your hate mail at Cave Trolls. No, not at Cave Trolls. CaveTrollsCast@gmail.com. Not professional at all. Follow me on Twitter at Resident Stevel with 2 E's. Dave, you're on Twitter as David Tulgetske.
I am.
I'm not even going to spell that for them. If they find it, they deserve to follow it.
Just look for the R2D2.
Yeah, just for that too. Are you on Twitter, Jordan?
Yeah, extraordinary. There's underscores after extra and Jordan.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you for listening, guys. Thanks.